Hey guys, this is Coach Alyssa from Isabella Fitness, and I'm going to take you through a workout today. Alright, so for today's workout, we're going to be doing reverse planks, and we're going to be doing side lying leg raises. Alright, I'm going to talk through how our workout is going to go. It's going to end up being 15 minutes in total. We're going to warm up, we're going to go through our skills first, and at the end we'll have a cool down. Alright, so first up for our warm up, we're going to do some crab walks. So we're going to come down to our mat or to the floor. All right, we're gonna bring our hands down on our side. All right, and we're gonna keep our feet here, and we're gonna do some crab walks. All right, so I'm gonna walk back and forth, legs and arms, just warming up our shoulders a little bit, warming up our core, keeping tight here. All right. Just doing a little bit of crab walks here, warming up our shoulders, warming up our core. We'll do this for another 15 seconds. All right, and then we're gonna rest down and we're gonna come into a butterfly stretch. All right, so we're gonna bring our legs together here. We are gonna be opening up our legs on that side lying leg raise. So I definitely want us to stretch out our groin and the inside of our hamstring here. So you can bring your feet in nice and close to you, legs out nice and wide. If we're a little tight and we're already feeling this stretch, that's fine. If you want to feel the stretch a little bit more and you feel like right here we're not feeling it quite yet, we can push down with our elbows into our knees and feel a little bit of a bigger stretch here. All right, another thing that could help too is we call it flapping our butterfly wings. So if we're in this butterfly position, we flap our wings and you can feel a little bit more of a stretch here. So I'm gonna let us go for another minute. Just gonna be flapping our wings here, getting a little bit of a stretch, and then we'll go into what our reverse plank should look like, what our side lying leg raises should look like. All right, so flapping my wings. We'll do this another 20 seconds. Really feel a stretch. Maybe I'll bring my head forward a little bit here. Feel a nice lower back stretch as well as feeling it right on the inside here. Stretch a little bit more into each side. All right, and rest. All right, so now we're gonna go into what our reverse plank should look like. All right, so for our reverse plank, I'll show you guys from the side. Right, we're gonna keep our arms stacked here. So we're gonna be nice long arms. We don't wanna have bent arms here. We're gonna keep our shoulders right over our wrists. All right, I'm gonna come back a little bit here. Feet are gonna come out nice and long. We're gonna bring our hips nice and high. All right, so this is gonna be a big focus on our shoulders. We're gonna feel our core staying nice and tight here. All right, and we're just gonna hold that position in our workout. Core should be staying nice and tight. We wanna stay nice and long. We don't want our hips to dip down. All right, and then nice and long arms here, working our shoulders as well. All right, so that's gonna be our reverse plank. And then our side lying leg raise. So we're gonna do each leg during the workout. We'll do 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. All right, so you're just gonna lay to your side here. We're not gonna be completely straight. Our hips are gonna be a little bit back, and then our legs are gonna come out a little bit in front of us, as well as us here. Stacked shoulder over elbow in the front. You can put your hand on your side, and then we're just going to, with a very slight bend in our leg here, raise up with our leg nice and long. And as soon as you come back down, you're gonna come right back up. So I'm not even relaxing here at the bottom. I'm keeping tension the whole time, a little bit of a bent leg, coming up as far as I can and slowly back down is where you're really gonna feel this burn on the inside here. Our hamstrings in the back, our glutes are gonna be working during this one. All right, so we'll be working 30 seconds on one side. We'll turn over. We'll get nice and long here. And then same thing on the other side. Leg will raise up. And depending on our flexibility, you may not be coming as high. You may be more here, which is totally fine. All right, so as far as we can, up and coming down, and making sure that we're not doing this really fast. We want to slow it down a little bit on the descent so that we feel it in our hamstrings and our glutes. All right, and with this, we are also going to be working our core at the same time. All right, keeping this nice and tight instead of overarching in that position. All right, so how the workout's going to flow. Our workout's going to be 15 minutes. Our first minute is going to be just holding that reverse plank as long as we can. If that's 30, 45 seconds. So that full minute will be for that. If we can't make it the full minute, any extra time in that minute would just be added rest. All right, minute 2 will be a rest minute. Minute 3, we're going to do 30 seconds of our side lying leg raises on one side. The second 30 seconds will be on the other side, just doing as many as we can. But again, not rushing them, just doing them with good form and getting as many as we can that way. And then minute 4 will be rest again. So we'll have a minute of rest in between those movements, and we'll do that for the full 15 minutes. All right, and at the end, we'll go through a quick cool down. All right, so I'm gonna reset our clock here, and then we are gonna get started. All right, so starting with that reverse plank, so I'm gonna get in that position first before I start our clock. Alrighty, getting right here. Make sure I'm stacked with my hands in the back. All right, in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna hold this reverse plank position. Really thinking about my core here. Working my shoulders. Definitely working my back muscles as well. Everything in the body is working here. About 30 seconds in, I'm going to try to hold it as long as I can because I know I have that rest minute coming up. Ten seconds. And rest. All right, I'm gonna work out my wrists a little bit here. Forearms, definitely gonna be feeling it on just that hold. We've got about 50 seconds until we go into that side lying leg raise. I'm just gonna get ready into that position. And then hang out here until we get started. So you can really try to hold that reverse plank the full minute if we can. Use up as much time as we can there because you will get that rest minute. So you don't need any transition time. You can just go straight in. All right, so we've got about 20 seconds. We'll be back up. You'll see me switch 30 seconds through, half with left leg coming up, half with my right leg. All right, in 10, getting ready. And remember, keeping a slight bend here as we're coming up. Hips are slightly back. And I'm gonna start with my leg raises. Keeping tension the whole time, not coming down hard, not coming down too fast. And I'm gonna keep track of how many I'm getting here on each side to know for future rounds. All right, I got through about 12 on that side. I'm gonna try to get about the same on this side. Getting set up and then getting straight into it. And one leg may be more flexible than the other. I definitely feel this one is a little bit tighter for me. So maybe I'm not going as far up. Maybe I'm taking my time more with these reps. And rest. All right, so I ended up getting 12 on the one side, 10 on the other side. I think I'm gonna leave a little bit of extra time for transitioning from one leg to the other on the next one, allowing me a little bit more time to work on my right side. But besides that, 10 and 12, really not too bad. All right, so I'm gonna rest here, and then on the next minute, the 4-minute mark, going back up into that reverse plank. And with this, not only am I feeling my shoulders and my core, feeling my legs as well on this reverse plank, feeling a little bit of everything on that plank position. No part of the body is really resting during that plank. All right, so get ready in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna try to hold it as long as I can. Seconds in, gonna hold here. And rest. All right. So I did my minute. It was definitely getting tough by the end there. On future rounds, I may only be holding it for the 45 seconds. Shaking out my forearms a little bit, my wrists, get them mobilizing a little bit more. And then getting ready for that side lying leg raise. You guys can hear the wind in the background. Is picking up today. All right, we got about 20 seconds. I'm gonna hang here, get ready to go. Mobilizing my arms a little bit again. Really with this one, we have a longer leg. We are on our side as we're doing these. Okay, we're up in 5 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. And I'm gonna stop a few seconds early this time on this side. Give me a little bit more time on the other leg. All right, stop a few seconds early. Hitting that 30-second mark now. Get a little bit of extra time here. I'm really feeling the glute burn right now. And giving myself that extra time really allowed me to get a couple more on this side, averaging about 15 now on my right leg, and getting about 10 or 11 on my left. Also too, just I think at the beginning, I started that minute moving a little bit quicker and then said, okay, slow down that leg, feel it a little bit more on each one. That's one thing with these type of movements. If you slow them down, you feel them a little bit more, whereas instead of just going fast and not really getting as much out of it. So really being conscious of how quick you're moving and just using that time under tension. All right, I'm gonna get ready for that reverse plank again, coming up to the 8-minute mark. All right, and we are back up in our reverse plank in 3, 2, 1. Now again, this reverse plank is really starting to get tough. So I may not hold it the entire minute. I may try to just do 45 seconds. I'm gonna try to push through because I know that I'll get some rest after this. You also do have the option of coming down for a second. Maybe you need to shake out your wrists and then coming back up. Got about 20 seconds here left. I'm gonna try to hold it. Last 10. And rest. All right, so again, mobilizing my wrists because I'm really starting to feel it, forearms, and just making sure I'm stretching out those wrists in between because they're definitely feeling it on these. All right, I've got about 40 seconds. Then at the 10-minute mark, I'm gonna be going into the side lying leg raises. All right, 11-minute mark, we'll have rest. 12, we'll do our last reverse plank, and then 13, we will go into our side lying leg raises. All right, so 10 seconds, I'm getting ready. And getting started here. Again, from the start, making sure I'm keeping tension here, not moving too fast. All right, switching to the other side. Got a little bit more on my left leg today on this part. And resting. All right, so taking this minute of rest, and then at the 12-minute mark, coming back up for our reverse plank. All right, so 12-minute mark, we'll do the last reverse plank. 13 will be our last rest. 14-minute mark, last bit of side lying leg raises, which will bring us up to our 15-minute cap on this workout. Just gonna get a little stretch out in between and then get ready to hop back in. All right, so last time, I'm really gonna try to keep this the whole time. If I need to come down for a second in between, I will. Shake out the wrists and then pop back up. And we are back up in 3, 2, 1. These are definitely getting challenging here. Shoulders are shaking a little bit, core is shaking a little bit. Got 30 seconds, gonna try to hold it knowing this is our last time doing it on this one. Ten seconds. I'm gonna hold it here. really trying to keep my hips through and resting. All right, I'm gonna stretch it out. Really mobilizing my wrists, and then get ready for those side lying leg raises here. All right, so this is our last rest, 14-minute mark in about 30 seconds. We'll be heading back up, last side of leg raises on both sides. Again, even though it's the last time, I'm gonna try to just meet the same numbers I have been, keeping a lot of tension, especially on that downward phase here. All right, 15 seconds. Get ready in 3, 2, 1, coming up. I'm gonna try to just do equal amount of time on each side for this round. Maybe if that means stopping like 5 seconds early on this side to get enough time to do the right leg. All right, I got about 13. I hit that 25-second mark. I'm gonna set up and go right into it here, getting about 25 seconds on each side. Good, and then I ended up getting 13 on each side, coming up onto that 15-minute mark. All right, so I'm gonna stop our clock here. And we're gonna go into a quick, just like breathing session. We're gonna lay flat onto our mat. Cool down a little bit from this one. Let our heart rate come down. All right, you can keep your legs up. You can leg them flat, whatever is more comfortable. And we're just gonna take some deep breaths here. Hands can be at your side. They can be over your heart. All right, they can be over your stomach, wherever is comfortable. We're just gonna take some long, deep breaths here. And while we're breathing, we're gonna bring our wrist up and we can just mobilize it. Especially on those reverse planks, we might be feeling a big stretch here. So just moving that wrist around. And then grabbing our other side, other wrist. And it doesn't have to be fast, you can slow it down, you can switch which way we're turning it. Relaxing them back down. All right, and coming back to seating. A couple of last deep breaths here. And that brings us to the end of our cool down. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.